Yo, yo, Sniper Squad.
What's going on, everybody?
Good morning, everybody.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. How's everyone doing?
What are we looking at today?
Doing great, fam.
Let's just give everyone a few seconds to get in and get settled.
Bitcoin playing games with us again, I see.
Go take a look at the, yeah.
Take me co-host Jackie so I can see.
There you go, brother.
All right. Let's see. All right. Man, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, welcome everyone. We are going to be running a nice little short session today. Given that there's going to be another event a little later, we don't want to keep you guys too long. They're going to be going live from Miami's booth with the team as well. So we're just going to keep this short and sweet, give you a nice update on what we're seeing in the markets right now, and possibly go through some of the charts that we've shared and what we are seeing currently. So I'm just going to start us straight off the bat and get straight into a little bit of the macro views on things. Okay, I see there's a few more people filtering in. Let's just give them some chance to join. Oh, I see Jason's here as well.
No, cool.
Hello, everybody.
Hey,
Good
Jason.
morning, Jason.
What up, Jace?
How are we all doing?
We are good.
Really well.
Feeling better.
Awesome.
So maybe let's get a poll up, Jackie. Let's get the sentiment of the morning here. What people are feeling: bullish, bearish.
Okay. I
Happy,
like that we're
sad.
going.
Confused. Bullish, bearish, other.
Put other.
Oh no, you should have told me that before I went
In
live.
this poll.
Next time.
Poll and redo it.
Okay, wait. Let's add that one quickly. It's very important.
Yeah.
So everyone, while I'm setting up the poll here, quick drop in the chat. How are you doing? Are you in any trades right now?
Norwegian perma bear. Bearish. No trades. 88 long. AVAX long. XRP. No trades. Nope. Short from 27. Coming back from break, leverage on, was stopped unsold. Hello. No trade. Cool.
Killer, should we get started?
Okay. The poll is ready. Here we go. So everyone answer that poll. Let us know what direction you're looking at. It's okay to be in the middle. That's fine as well. Cool. Jay, we were actually looking at some charts. So I'd be keen to hear your inputs on this as we go through this, but I'm going to walk everyone through what I'm seeing in the charts right now from a macro perspective. And then we can move into some other charts after that. So let me just share my screen here quickly. Okay, let me know if you guys can see my screen.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So as we were looking through the charts, I started with the ETH dominance chart just to see what the sentiment is right now. So then I was looking at this from a higher time frame, and I noticed that we had come down. What was this? About 2% in a very steep descent. So then I refined my times to about an hour. and we saw this massive red candle. So what this candle was, this is a big amount of ETH leaving the, let's say, the amount of ETH that's being held by people. So that means this was a big sell-off. So we then started investigating around this time. So if we look at this specific candle right now, this was on the 16th of May, midday, give or take, depending on where you are time zone wise. But if you're on GMT2, then it was around about 2 o'clock. So then we investigated a little bit further, and we saw a bigger candle on Bitcoin. It wasn't quite the same size, but there is some growth to it. But note the size of this candle is not as big as the ETH candle. So that means some people got out of ETH and shifted over to Bitcoin at this same point in time. But this was not all of the value if you look at the comparison in candle size. So we checked USDT dominance as well. There was a candle, but it wasn't quite significant in size. That just means some people didn't know where to put their value, so they just pulled out probably. So then we had a look at the others dominance chart. So for those who don't know what others dominance is, this is the dominance or strength of altcoins to the market right now. So it doesn't include ETH and it doesn't include Bitcoin. So look at this big green candle. So this candle got a massive amount of volume to it, and that is about 6.3%. That's a very big move on a dominance chart. So now, given where this candle is date-wise, this was on 16th May as well, but a few hours earlier to the time of those other candles on all the other charts. So this is an indication that some bigger players in the market right now saw the growth in alts or saw opportunities to buy up altcoins. So accumulatively, between a lot of alts, they have been buying big volumes. So then what that means for these other dominance candles that we're seeing, given that these are later dates, this is then retail or smaller players seeing the reaction and getting out, trying to catch on the wave. So that is why we're seeing value move out of ETH, although it's not a lot if you compare it to the rest of the market right now. You can see ETH is still within this range. Let me just get the right tools here. We're still within this area, so not much has changed for ETH. But if we go to some of the alts that we've been looking at, you'll see that the volume has come in on certain charts. We have XRP that did very well today. Kava had some volume as well. And then the one that really blew us away, Gala.
Gala, yeah.
Gala also had massive volumes around about the same time. So yeah, that's the macro view that we've seen now. Yes, Jay.
If we have a look at Gala, and if we go to higher time frames on the daily,
okay,
we're on a massive support at the moment. You can see that area is a massive, a bit higher where we are currently right now.
Okay.
30, I think it's 3.2 cents, huh?
Yeah, 3215. It's 3205, yeah.
3205. So around about, yeah.
Yeah, we're on support at the moment at 3.2 cents. So if that 3.2 cents holds, it could possibly be an entry.
Let me just remove this circle here. Okay, that looks really promising.
Yeah.
And then we're looking for a good range from there. So let's see what the levels are telling us. I'm just going to zoom out here. So given that we have this price action over here, I think this would be a good range to look at. Provided we get past the 200-day MA.
Yeah.
But if you look at the candles right now, I'm not seeing a lot of resistance at this point in time. We've got some price action back there. We have some resistance at the 50. So I'm just going to draw a line here quickly. Around about here. But essentially, if we get past the 200 and we can get past the 50, then yes, I very much think this zone is the ideal take profit for this chart. So Jason, have you got any other macro insights for us today?
Not really. You know, Bitcoin has come up to where it was a couple of days ago and just really trading sideways. It's at resistance. We're waiting to see what the next move is.
Definitely. Yeah, we are stuck in. Yeah, this is the daily. So we're sort of stuck in this range.
Exactly.
Volume is quite low though. That makes me think people are waiting. Could we potentially be waiting for the Litecoin halving? Also, do we have any news? Powell's speech.
Just as a thought, a lot of the uncertainty is still being caused by the ongoing self-imposed drama of the U.S. government authorizing the debt ceiling, and the negotiations are a little bit better than they were the other day, but we're still 2 weeks away probably from a resolution. Actually 12 days away. So I suspect that while the uncertainty lives in the global markets, because that affects everybody, that price is just going to continue to be uncertain. And once they resolve it, which they always manage to do at the last second, I think that'll free up capital, risk capital.
Okay, I'm not seeing any big news events except this one. Fed Chair Powell speaks tomorrow at 5 p.m. my time. Cool, and then let's just take a quick gander on ETH quickly. So not much change in price. As we can see, we have gained a little strength. We are trending a little bit upwards, but in terms of price, we haven't gained much more ground, and we are still sort of ranging sideways in this area. But we have better volume coming in here though, if we compared it to Bitcoin. So I would be keen to see us come test the trend line again, and then possibly see a reaction at this point.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think what we're going to do now, I don't see any other bigger news or macro events happening right now. I think let's get into some charts. Max, did you want to share your theta update?
Yeah, I can. Guys, I'm sorry I missed yesterday. I was feeling a bit sick, so I opted out. The day before, I gave a scenario where I was going to go long on theta and long on, I think it was Phantom as well. But Phantom didn't end up playing out so good. But theta, let me just run through what happened. So we were over here, and I'm going to just drop down time frames. So we were over here on the charts. I had this trend line in, and I said if it broke the trend line, I was going to enter, and we kind of had a bit of a fake out. But if your stops were under the lows, you should have been fine. Risk on this was less than 1%, so it wasn't too bad. You should have stayed in if your stop was under the low here, and yeah, theta has ripped. So I don't know if anyone caught it, but you should be up if you are in. In terms of trades that I'm looking at, potentially, I am looking at algo, and I like to set up on this one. Sort of long short scenario. It's been trending up, making higher highs and higher lows. Pretty nice pattern. So I would play this one to the upside when it breaks this trend. But what I'm really watching for is when we break this trend, if we don't set a new high, right, like under that high or equal highs there, I'm going to potentially look at start shorting from here and then get my rest of my position in when we break the trend and then play it to the downside. Because I think that's a nice, easy trade to take. So yeah, it's kind of two scenarios. Break of trend, I'm going short. Break of trend, I'm going long on this side. And yeah, we'll see what happens.
Okay, so what ranges are you targeting on the short as well as on the long?
So the short, so the thing is with algo is quite a big, heavy support area. Like there's a big area here that we're bouncing off. So I wouldn't get too excited about clearing the zone just yet. But what I would do is I would measure for 618 level. So you go from bottom to the top of this, assuming that this is the top, and then I would aim for probably 618 for a TP. If we had to enter here, I hope we get a little higher. We're looking, okay, so it's a small trade. It's 3-4%, but you got to take what you can get when the markets are slow. So that's for the short. For the long side, I'm saying hold. If we clear the highs, carry on holding. If you don't set a new higher high over the next couple hours to the next day, then I'm going to start playing to the short side. I'll cut the longs. Make sense?
Yeah, sweet. So right now we're just waiting for it to break a trend before we continue with the trades.
Yeah. So long and short, but to be honest, I don't want to see it breaking down from where we are. If it starts breaking here, it's fine. You can enter because here's the low that we need to clear before it's a proper trend change. But if it does break here, your stop loss, it should actually be above this high, but you could bid maybe above there for a stop loss, this little high over here. But yeah, your risk becomes quite big then, I think. So if we could set a new high and you're entering, you got a bit of a tighter stop. So that's what I'm watching for.
Okay, cool. Then you shared the theta chart as well, right? I didn't quite see that.
Yeah, I went over it quickly in the start.
Okay.
But yeah, I missed out on yesterday, so I'm not gonna go over it too much.
Just looking at the poll quick. So we have 33% of the viewers that are bullish, 19% that are bearish, and 48% that are just in the middle right now. Look, it's okay to be in the middle, guys. Nothing wrong with waiting.
And Jackie, if I look at the fear and greed index right now, the fear and greed index at 51, which is neutral. And that just gives us a taste of what the sentiment is out there. So your polls played spot on there.
Awesome. Yeah, that's really good to know. Okay. Bruce, do you want to go through your injective trade that you saw?
Sure, glad to do that. Let's see, I think that's it. Share screen. Can you see my
Yes, we
screen?
can.
So I'm looking at injective, but understand that this setup honestly is mostly dependent on Bitcoin. So I'll have indicators on the chart, but the number one indicator I'm going to watch is Bitcoin. And if Bitcoin continues to reject, I'm going to come in a little closer here, continues to reject like it's been doing this level right over there, then I'm just going to hold back on the injective trade. So that's going to be number one indicator. I'm looking at injective. Since trends aren't lasting very long, I'm not looking for a lot out of this, but just a quick pump. I tried to get in over here. I was sleeping during that entrance, which interestingly, that's on the 6th, 17th, the end of the 17th, seems to correlate to that dominance candle that that Jackie was talking about earlier. Price came up, broke through this market. So price came up, it broke through this level right over here, right, indicated by that pretty handily. And now it's coming back down and it's retesting that level. So what I'm looking at is an entrance somewhere down in this region over here. So hopefully price will continue to come down a little bit.
So how long do you think it's going to take to hit that entry zone?
I don't know, a couple hours, a day. I don't know. It all depends on Bitcoin. What I do know is that I'm setting my stop loss absolutely just under that candle there, right? Anything under that candle, under that wick over there, to me is an invalidation of the idea, and I want out of the trade. So the question right now is, the way I've got it set up is right now, that would be a 2.4% stop loss, which I don't like. So I'm hoping that this price continues to kind of come down, 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 down into this box right over here. And it comes down into this box over here. Now we're talking about just about a 1.5 to 1% stop loss, which is what I would be comfortable with. So something like price comes down, keeps rejecting off that trend, comes over here, and on break of that trend right there, that's when I take my first entrance.
Okay, so for interest sake, let's draw a fib from the bottom of that impulse move to the top, and let's see where that would put the entrance in that zone.
Not even.
So if it actually
the 618 is way down over here.
Yeah, but if we look at the 50, if it enters that box, you could consider that a 50%. So that would actually tie in quite well.
That could be. I mean, that could be a place to put your an entrance or stop. And interestingly, that correlates to that right over there. So that could be an interesting level. Right, hang on, let me just draw that. So that, oh, come on, don't do that. Come back here. Let's get a box. So interestingly, the box, thank you. I'm trouble with the computer.
Some technical difficulties.
We do our best. We do our best. It's early in the morning. So interestingly, the 5 correlates to that rejection right there. So you got it here, you got a lower one there, and it's clearly rejecting support up here. So the answer is it's possible. If we lose, I would say that if we lose this level right here, which wouldn't surprise you. In other words, if we lose that right there, and that turns out to be invalid, then I think what you're talking about, Jackie, is absolutely valid, which is we simply ditch that idea, right, and look for an entrance that's closer to right there and pick up a better entrance. So I like that. I like that. So entrance 1, entrance 2.
It's almost guaranteed you're gonna get some form of manipulation before you get an entry. So
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
that's perfect because a wick down back into that area, a wick down out of that box, or to the very bottom of that box under this 50% would be what you would expect, at least in
and like I said originally, and I think Chris, you're alluding to it, is this honestly really depends more on Bitcoin than on anything else, because right now there seems to be a 1-to-1 correlation between most of the alts, with the exception of Kava and Render, which have a mind of their own. But almost every other alt, from Gala to Sol to AVAX to Algo to Phantom to Link, all seem to just track what Bitcoin is doing. So Bitcoin continues to be weak. I mean, take a look at the candle that just showed up over there. Then
Dropping hard now.
Yeah. So I basically would say the most important to trade right now while that's happening is nothing, is watch and wait. And when Bitcoin seems to find solid ground again, then we evaluate where they're at and come up with new trades. So
definitely. And if we looked at the stochastic there as well, it looked like it was starting to travel down a bit further again. So I think 50 is the ideal zone that you're looking to get at.
Yeah, that's right. The stochastic, you're talking about the stochastic on Bitcoin on the 1 hour?
Definitely.
It's on the 4 hour, it is still overbought. So it's going to push it. That's suggesting it's going to push it down more. So it looks like
Awesome.
we're coming
So
back down.
that looks like it might be a very short long then.
Yeah. Or be really, really, really patient until Bitcoin plays out whatever it's doing right now, and then make the setup after that. So cool.
Awesome. So that is cool. I am gonna just run everyone through the XRP trade that I spoke about yesterday. Let me just share my screen here quickly. Okay, so first things first, I did clear my charts already to look for the next move. But maybe I should go get the normal chart quick. Right, so we were looking at entry on the trend line, and we were targeting 48.04. So if I come back to my chart right now, cool. So we entered at this point, and we got really close to the TP on that trade. I took profits early on this trade, considering that we started losing steam around this area, but there was a good range there to play around with. So for those of you who got into the trade, you got a very nice, what's that, 7% move. So that was a really good trade. So now we're looking at what you should be doing after this. If you had a higher TP, you might still be in the trade right now. So if we were looking at previous highs, we tapped the 50 and we're staying above the 382. So that tells me that there might still be some steam left in this chart that we could potentially look to go a little further up, but that all depends on whether we come back down past 382. So then from here, I am looking for this to be the next area that you would target if you're staying in this trade, and if we hold that level. But if we're coming down, I would look for a re-entry maybe on this trend line for the long, given that the bias right now in my TA tells me that we're still quite long. Given that the news on XRP is that they won their case, or that's what I've heard, I think there's still some more room for growth in this chart. So let me just give you some values there. Sorry guys, let me just redraw this here quickly.
What happened to the sound?
I think everyone's just quiet.
Oh, it got so quiet all of a sudden. I was like, what's going on? I thought something was wrong with my computer. Y'all see how the meme coin, how Pepe is struggling now?
Yeah.
I don't actually follow the news. What's Pepe looking like right now?
Oh, it's just looking like it's just killing over. You know, the kill over that Shib did when it got listed.
Yeah.
It's not dying, but you know, it's kind of on the last hurrah is trying to build up to.
Is anybody surprised?
Nah, actually, but see the crazy thing about it, I don't think the top is in. I'm just saying, but it's struggling right now. Because you know when money start coming back in, it's gonna go crazy again.
Definitely.
When Shib listed, all of a sudden, you know, Shib killed over. The next thing you know, Shib did 1,000%. I was like, what the hell? First it did 300 or 400%, killed over a little bit, then came back and did 1,000% after that.
Guys, I see Dylan's in the chat. Do you want to come up and chat, Dill? Have you got any insight for us? Any trades you're looking at?
Guys, how's it going?
What's happening, dude?
Are you at the show, Dylan?
We're at the show. We're waiting to show everyone what's
Woohoo!
happening here.
Right.
Let's check.
Let me try and
Bitcoin
let me
Miami.
try and unblur my background here. One sec, boys.
Jackie, can you bring him up? I can't see
Okay,
him.
hopefully you can.
Yeah, let me go. There we go.
Oh, this is exciting.
There we go. There we go. Sick.
Are we here,
Look at
guys?
that.
Got a
Did I
live
just see Megan?
booth
Oh.
here at the expo.
Yeah.
Share
I
the
just see
t-shirts
Megan.
there quickly, man.
We've been struggling a bit with sound and connection issues. So sorry that we didn't jump in a little bit earlier.
That's all right.
But yeah, just wanted to update everybody on some of the trades we looked at yesterday and see where we are. But it's super exciting to be here. Miami is a crazy place, I can say that much.
Oh yeah, it is.
We had dinner with Gareth Soloway last night at his house. It's actually like an
No way.
unbelievable experience to meet all these guys. Yeah, it's unreal.
Hmm?
So Jackie, what are we looking at here? Is this your XRP like a re-entry?
Yeah, we're looking at a re-entry. So we caught a nice move from this trend where we entered yesterday, right to the top of this move.
Beautiful.
So we're looking at it to come back down to form a little consolidation and then potentially look at a third leg up. Given that there's still some hype around XRP.
Yeah, I was looking at an XRP daily chart, and the rejection area ties in perfectly with your TP there at 48. Probably a good area we could maybe even be up a short, perhaps.
Definitely. Right, so that's the trade that I would be looking at next. If you're still in the XRP trade, if you didn't get out near the top, that's fine. Just manage your risk accordingly. But for those who actually got out, I would be looking at a new entry around about 40, 46, 44 or 46. And that's the range that I would get in. And then we're targeting this area at 48.6, give or take. And we have a nice tight 1% stop loss. I've made the stop loss a little bit bigger, considering that this is a wider range that we need to cover. But cool, yeah, that's
great.
the
I mean, your
update
risk
for
reward
XRP.
is 6. So.
Yeah, we're looking at a nice 6.3 risk reward on this trade.
Yeah, that's awesome. Awesome. And well done calling that yesterday, bro. That was power.
That's a killer trade.
Definitely. Cool. Though, would you mind running us through your carver trade?
Yeah.
I think there was a nice setup there and you got some nice gains.
These guys, we killed it yesterday. Wasn't it nice? Like everything we spoke about just pumped. It's always nice when those happen. We need to embrace those days. We need to enjoy them. It can't always be like this. Can you guys see my screen there?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so Carver yesterday, we called it. There were a couple of reasons why I liked the area. We had that horizontal support. We had the 200-day MA out of FIB there. That was really interesting to me. So yeah, I climbed into Carver quite hard, and fortunately it started moving up nicely for us and we hit our TP. So I'm not out of Carver. I'm not saying that's the end of Carver's move, but it was a perfect 618 bounce play there into this TP area. So I'm going to just watch it now, let things play out a little bit. Let's see if there's a break. You know, we're going to play this one by ear, but right now I'm out of this Carver trade. Yeah, so that's where we are on that. You know, there is a chance of a rejection here now. So yeah, I'm just going to watch. Yesterday, we also spoke about stacks, which was one of Craig's that he was talking about. This is the daily, so it's kind of just moving sort of as we expected it to. You can see it's hitting this horizontal resistance zone now, potentially going to reject in this area. So I still like stacks on a pullback. If we can get it a bit lower, it's going to be nice. We can push up and then we can load up extra in this area here if we get the break. So there's two things we're watching there. I have a new trade for you guys that I was working on this morning. Lido. I don't know how much has been spoken about Lido, but I see it had quite a big pump the other day. So I just want to zoom out quickly and give you, I just want to give you guys just a bigger picture overview here. So we had this daily trend from the 28th of Feb that we pulled down, and yesterday we cracked that thing. So that was pretty interesting to me. So I just zoomed in a bit on Lido, and I'm looking at two Lido long scenarios here. So I filled them both in. the ideal scenario is an entry on entry box 2 at the bottom there, which is now sort of 1.9ish. Lighter in the market are although these help seem to be looking relatively bullish. So I'm not sure if we're going to get a move back all the way down there. So if I get a move into this box at entry 1, I'm going to have a crack at lighter. My stop is marked out here. It's going to be a 1 to 2% stop loss. But for me, it's a trend retest. It's tying in. I've got some horizontal stuff happening here. I've got a 382 fib. So, you know, it's enough for me to give lighter a go. So if I get into my area, I'm going to take it. I'm not going to try and jump in early. If I miss it, I miss it. If it comes into this zone, I'm climbing into lighter. If I get stopped out in this area, I'm just going to sit and wait. And we're going to watch it come back down. We've got a nice 200-day MA here. We're also tying in with the 618 and horizontal. So if this area doesn't bounce, I'm pretty confident we're going to get a move here. And we'll probably get a 10% move out of Lido if we get down to these areas. So yeah, keep your eyes on Lido. Take a shot of those entries on exit points. Have you guys looked at Rendell today?
Render.
Yeah, we were
No,
chatting
haven't.
about it
Did
earlier.
anyone?
We were not on the
So
show,
this
but we were
thing is-
chatting on it before the show. Crazy.
So this thing is so hot right now. It's a tricky one. Like I jumped in and out a little bit yesterday, but I don't have like a super great entry, so I'm a little bit scared at the moment to take big risks on Render. So yeah, for those of you interested in Render, there's two main areas of action. I'm looking for something to happen up here at about 2.5, 2.6. I just want to see how it behaves. I don't think it's a short zone yet for me. We just need to see how this news plays out on Render. But if we get a mega pump and we take this area up here, I'm definitely looking at shorts in this region here. So I'm not sure if we're going to get there. It's a hell of a move from where we are. It's another 28%. But if we get that move, it's interesting to me to go short Render. So let's just keep watching this one. And we're in that zone.
Dope. I'm interested to see what the volume's looking like on the 12-hour right now on this rendered chart. Could you bring it up?
Yeah. Take a look. There we go. How are you, bro? Can you guys see who this is behind me? This is Mr. Bybit competition leader at the moment.
Hey,
You guys obviously heard
welcome.
that story. You guys
Very
say hi.
nice.
Oh, Jackie, can you make Craig co-host quick, please?
Oh, yeah, sure. Sorry.
Thanks, man. Okay, yeah, so that volume, it's not bad on Render, but we got to keep our eyes on this thing. If we see this volume declining and this price going up, it's going to give us that opportunity we're looking for. You know, this 12 hours quite overbought at the moment. The daily's pushing up, so you know this could be a sign that we get one more final push up here. But yeah, if you guys are tracking Render, like these are the areas I'm looking at the moment. There was one more we were talking about yesterday was this future scenario. I'm still waiting for this to potentially play out. You know, we'll be patient. We'll see what happens. But yeah, if we get a mega pump in the next couple of days, I'm going to look for short in this region still. So, you know, this one is on the board in the Banter Sniper setup this year. You can go check that one out there. See what else I've got.
Joel, why don't you look at Coco's? I know you were loving Coco's as well, eh?
Yeah, I actually forgot about Coco.
I just see big volume coming through on Coco's.
Okay, let's take a look. Let me find the right one. Yeah. Okay, USDT. Okay. Have a look. Oh, look at that. Jeez.
Jeez,
we
like.
missed something big here. Yeah. Funny, there's so many tokens. It's hard to keep track of all of these things, you know. Okay, so let's have a look here. Okay, so we've broken this 302. Let's see where we are there. Click on it. Okay. So interesting area for Cocos. Yeah, as you can see, like while we're sitting here, we just got that rejection there for 618. How cool is that? Did you guys see
Joel, that it is a leverage trade as well. Well, I mean, not this is a leverage that's fake, but it is shortable Cocos. It's one of the leverage coins. Not saying leverage, but it's the potential there.
Yeah, so look, this is quite a big area now for Cocos. It's been pumping well, but now we're hitting the 618. So yeah, like go jump into it now. Let's see what happens. Ideally, we get like a bit of a handle forming here to go in line with this guy. So maybe we're going to get something like that. So if we get a pullback, let's look for there. Let's see what this thing ties in with. Okay, let's look for a 382. Yeah, it's okay. It's not great. Okay, so this is how I would play Cocos. Let's take this out. Okay. The Cocos, if we get a nice rejection here, this is your entry one. Let's look for a handle for the situation to form here. And then if we get up there, you know, if we form this handle, there's a very good chance we're going to blow and take it higher. So yeah, Cocos I like as an entry down here, or we break the 618, we consolidate a bit, form some support here, maybe like a flag, and then we can go up there. So yeah, that's how I see Cocos for me.
I mean, you were on Cocos a while ago. It's amazing. Suddenly when you're not looking, it just takes off.
Yeah, it's so annoying. I mean, I completely forgot about it. Yeah, something to watch, guys. You must always just remember these coins that move.
Okay.
Yeah, these coins that move, like it's so easy to forget about it and get stuck into your regular ones. I mean, I'm guilty of that too. I mean, I still look at AVAX, I still look at NIA, I still look at all of those things, and I should actually be dumping those and watching the ones that move. Render,
Block stacks.
Cocos. We spoke about that just now, actually.
I saw that.
So yeah, I was saying, were you on? Okay, cool.
Also, another one that I'm seeing here, I want you to bring it up is Radium, RAY. You can get a Binance chart, go straight to the daily and put your 200 daily moving average on your chart. So I want to just show you something else. So this is a potential trade. I've got no idea what's going on. But I wanted you first to see the big picture, how we've retraced like 99% or 98.5%, and then see the 200 moving average line. And then let's just zoom in closer and have a look. And then we'll zoom right and then zoom right in.
So back when FTX was still running, I was trading Radium a lot. But they were somehow linked, I think. I'm not sure the full story, but you know, ever since that happened, I've kind of stepped away from Radium. But it has these monster moves.
Just zoom right up. Go get the whole chart in on the daily and just see where we at bigger picture. And when we last broke. Yeah. So you have a look at that chart.
This is crazy. I mean, this is ridiculous.
So if you look at that,
yeah, I don't know anything about this project fundamentally and stuff. And so I don't know if it's dying. I don't know what to say.
For the guys on the group, one is you get an incredible collapse in a project where you're down 99%. Then you've got an incredibly long accumulation period for about, from what I can see, probably around 8 months. Since November, we really seem to bottom out. But what I like now is we've just tagged that 200-day moving average, and if you now zoom in on your 15 minutes, you're going to see a beautiful bull flag forming. And effectively, if we hold this 200, look at that. So we've broken
Look, yeah, we're we're not going to be fussy. Hey, if they give us a setup, we're going to take it. Yeah, the great one. Okay, let's look at this 15 minutes.
Radium and Serum were two of the main players in the Solana ecosystem. And when FTX collapsed, since they were mostly funded by that, they went into the dirt. Now that Solana seems to be getting some strength again, this makes kind of sense.
So all I'm
Okay,
saying
nice
is you've
one,
got a beautiful stop loss there under the 200. And again, everyone, the 200-day moving average for the alts is a beautiful line just to have on every single coin and check where you're at. But I mean, full flag, nice easy stop, and if something happens, hey, we can go. This thing can really go.
Yeah, I mean, you can play this, and you can play this a couple of ways. I mean, here's your dream entry, yeah, because that gives you the tightest stop. You might get like a 0.5% out of this one. But if we get this move out here, you guys know the drill, and you know what to do here. So yeah, keep your eyes on this one. It could be a massive move out, and some volumes coming. Yeah, let's see how it plays out. What else you got there, Craig?
No, I was really liking that Coco's move, but it's well too far gone. But this one's intriguing me, and again, it's not something that I really look at. Yeah. Look, what's always interesting is that Bitcoin normally dumps over the Bitcoin conference. We always know that. So is this the one that's going to make it different for us? You know, are we going to see some sort of a nice move? But it's kind of almost like it's orchestrated to dump by the powers that be, because hey, who wants to have a successful pumping Bitcoin at a Bitcoin conference? You know, not any of the big boys.
Look, I mean, we're feeling a bit more positive than say last May about it. I see the stock markets have been okay as well, so you know things have surprised us. But yeah, let's keep an eye on this weekend. Jackie, is this XRP that you were talking about earlier? Here's the bigger picture. It ties in perfectly.
Okay.
I don't know if we covered this one. But yeah, so your TP is like perfect. And then, you know, we might get a short in this area too. So yeah, something cool to look at.
Yeah, that
So-
definitely ties in with the same tier that I did.
Yeah, Jackie, was a great trade yesterday. Very well done, buddy. I have to be honest and say I didn't like your entry yesterday, but hey, it all worked out, and that's what matters. What I'm not sure of, maybe I can get a comment in the group, is I'm not sure if this pump now is to do with the case being resolved, or it's to do with Coinbase, the rumor that Coinbase is going to relist it. So, because if it was the case being resolved, we could see an incredible pump. This kind of seems to resemble like a nice move that Coinbase might be listing, which could bring resolution to the case. So if Coinbase wouldn't be looking at it unless they're pretty confident. So I think it's definitely one to watch, Jackie, and flipping well done, brother.
Thanks, Greg.
Yeah, power to that, man. Guys, is there anything else we can look at here today? Are there any questions in the chat?
Well, besides the big sell-off that we saw in a lot of the dominance charts, I think we've covered most of the alpha for today.
Nothing. Please, guys.
Dylan, the only other one was 𝗓𝗓, where 𝗓𝗓's come down to support.
Oh yeah, and I've got this FTN. Let's see, Jay. Is that are you looking 4 hours?
Yeah, so 𝗓𝗓's come down and found their major support at 3.2 cents.
Yeah, there you go. Can you see that? That's
Yeah.
awesome. Okay,
Great
guys. So
spot.
there you go.
Great
This is a
spot
nice-
there, Jay. That's a beautiful spot, eh?
Yeah.
And if this metaverse narrative does take off in a couple of weeks with Apple, hey.
Are we long here, Jay?
I'm long at the moment.
What's the news on 𝗓𝗓 V2? Isn't that supposed to drop anytime soon?
Craig might have some info on that.
No, I don't have any info on that, but it's just the whole gaming narrative at the moment. And yeah, once you finish with that chart, I'll give you another one, Bill.
Yeah, so Jay, I mean, spot on, good support here, and like, I mean, there's a 1% stock available. If you're feeling bullish on 𝗓𝗓, this is probably a decent place to look for a long. If you're wrong, it's a 1% risk, and you can pick it up a bit lower down. But yeah, I like this area.
Oh, people saying V2
Right.
dropped yesterday.
Okay,
well,
interesting. So I wonder if that pump is.
Yeah, very interesting.
Craig, what did you want to look at there?
So, Dill, I think what we've got to bring onto our charts now, it's not a trade right now, but I think it's definitely we've got to put on our radar and keep an eye every day, is we've got to look at this Vulcan Forge, PYR. And we did exactly what I thought yesterday. We didn't really talk about it on the show, but it tagged exactly as I thought on the 200-day as resistance. Yeah, you can see that. You see that tag there? Now,
Again and again and again. Got to take note of the 200 day. Keep it on your chart.
so what I'm really liking here, Dill, and I don't see an entry now. So please, guys that are watching this, this is not a trade now. We need to find an entry on this coin. I'm just hearing rumors here and there, and we need to find an entry for a longer term hold. So also a good swing trade. So that looks perfect. So how's that?
Well, here's a good start. How's that? You see, when they start tying in like this is when I get excited. Yeah. So the reason you look at, like we cover this every time we talk charts, but I mean the reason we look for multiple areas is it's solidified for me that we're going to get at least a reaction. You know, we obviously can't guarantee we're going to get the pump or whatever we want, but like we can figure out the best areas where something's going to happen. And you can see this ties in so nicely as far as here, we can pull it across, you know, and we can see some horizontal action over here as well. So that's like a first stop. If you're looking for PYR, that's first stop. And then we're most likely going to have this 618 lower down tying in with this other horizontal stuff here. Let's see where we are. Yeah, I mean, that's also, so these are your areas, really. If you want to get into
that would be an ideal entry. And if we look at that, your stochastic RSIs are very oversold, overbought, sorry, certainly on the daily. And but just my thinglies, let's us find a swing, a nice entry for a nice swing.
So this 4 hour stock is coming down, obviously. So, you know, this could be a sign that we're going to look down here. But if it's a low lev or a spot type situation and you want to be in it, this is your first area. And if we go lower, you can grab it here. So yeah, good one. I mean, if we pull this trend as well, you'll see there's something going on here. So you see how that's all tying in there too. Yeah, good one. I just want to show you guys GRT. Okay, can you guys see that one? GRT, we were in this, we had this initial trade that we were calling. It hit the TP zone, it's pulled back and retested. And I've highlighted the 618 area again. I'm just going to zoom in on the 4 hour for you. As like a great sort of retest of pullback zone. So the GRT I'm watching down here. Yeah, we could get a nice retest into there. Anything else there, Craig?
No, nothing. I just want to pick up the question from Dan Potari, asking about the university and establish a smaller trading group. So university, guys, a lot of work. To be honest with you, it's a while off. It really is a while off. And that's why it's so important to get onto these trading groups. I mean, you know, no names mentioned, but we were at a function last night here in Miami with some of the biggest crypto YouTubers around. And I mean, the one YouTuber is charging $300 a month, Adel. He's got 700 subscribers for a live session like this. $300 a month, guys. Just because this is for free.
You couldn't believe we're doing this for free.
He couldn't do it. He couldn't believe it. He said, if you don't pay, you don't pay attention. Guys, this is valuable alpha. I mean, those trades yesterday that we had were absolutely spot on. Jackie's trade, I mean, the Stacks trade, putting your one, your private trade. I mean, these are beautiful trades that we've had. So just come here, guys. The alpha is here, you know, and literally it's crazy. I couldn't believe what these guys couldn't believe us, and we couldn't believe them last night. I was like, what?
Yeah, man. I mean, we spoon feeding setups here. It's like, yeah, it's like a dream situation, and it's free. So yeah, take advantage, guys.
Just for the South Africans here, where would you pay 120 Rand for a small bottle of water? 120 Rand. It's like, whoa.
Very good water. Best water I've ever.
Yeah, it's the best water I've ever had.
That sounds like a take profit there, that bottle of water. Cool, guys. I think we've covered most of the things for the day. We'll watch the charts and see how they work out. Yeah, and we'll try and get you those charts on Discord as soon as possible.
Yeah, and keep an eye out. They're doing the edit with Sheldon and David, the guy that's winning the trading competition. They did a beautiful podcast yesterday. It's amazing to see what can truly be done. So there's Tom there, Megan there. Oh, you got disconnected. So look out for that. I mean, a really, really intriguing, such an interesting guy, and literally changed his life just following exactly what we said. I mean, it's just the dream story. So, but have an amazing day, guys.
Awesome. See you guys a little later with the live from Miami.
Which one?
I think Megan just arranged for some like cameras to be streaming live from that side. I'm not sure how it's happening, but that will definitely happen.
Have an amazing day, guys.
Thanks, everybody.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Thanks for joining, everyone.
Thanks, Jackie.
Mealy, to answer your question, if you're looking at the stochastic RSI, I just saw this as we were closing out. Yes, you're following the orange line on stochastic. So the orange is on top. You are looking to sell when it crosses at the bottom, and you're looking to buy when it's crossing at the top. Cool. Have a lovely day, everyone.